Hey you guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do some spring cleaning of our major appliances using nothing but vinegar and baking soda. Just like your car has to have regular maintenance, your home has to have regular maintenance too, and the spring is the perfect time to do that. Unfortunately, our home doesn't have like an indicator light like our car does, and it doesn't come with an instruction manual letting us know what needs to be maintained and when. So I'm going to show you just in this video how you can maintain the few little tips to maintain your major home appliances. Doing this on a regular basis can save you thousands of dollars, and it's really simple. So come on, let's get started.
So first we're going to get started with the oven, because this one you have to actually let this sit on. So this is the before. The appliances came with the house, so you can see there's some metal melted on the bottom. They actually melted a aluminum pan, so that's nothing I can do about that, but I definitely can fix the rest. And what I'm using is just baking soda and water to make a paste, and you just sort of take a sponge or whatever and you put the paste all over the goo that's in there. This is a self-cleaning oven, but I'm going with this instead because using the self-cleaning oven really heats up the house and it kind of stinks. So I also covered with the metal grates or whatever, the shelves, the racks they're called, with baking soda and sprayed them with vinegar. Now what I'm doing is just, you can leave this an entire day. They say to leave it an entire day. I left it about 2 hours. I'm just wiping it with a damp cloth now to get the majority of the baking soda off and out of there. And you'd see the baking soda actually turned this brown where it was really dirty. Now I'm spraying it with vinegar. This is just a spray bottle that was empty that it just has straight vinegar in it. You see it's bubbling and fuzzing in all the spots. And then it makes it easier to wipe that out, and it's crazy. Without a lot of scrubbing, all the guck and the goo was coming right off. I ended up taking out the top rack and throwing the dishwasher and throwing the racks from the stove right in the dishwasher. This again is the before. It had crusted dried on food and it was pretty just like, look at that, that's a disaster right there. So it's not perfect now, but without scrubbing or harsh chemicals, it's really clean and shiny. And you definitely need to give it a try. Just baking soda, make a paste with water, and then vinegar and wipe it out. Now we're going to move from the stove to the fridge, and this is the perfect time of year to clean your major appliances. We're going to start using the barbecue more than the oven, so it's perfect to clean it now, and the fridge needs maintenance about twice a year. I'm not just talking about cleaning and organizing the inside. That should be done from time to time. I'm talking about the actual maintenance that you need to do on your refrigerator. We all know we have to vacuum the coils out at the back, but there's also this little, a lot of fridges have this little vent at the front that pops right off, and this is where you're going to find your replacement filter if you have an ice maker and water maker in your fridge. So it just slides out, you twist it, slide out, and then slide in the refill cartridge, which you can find at any big box store. Wait till you see the horror show that is under this plate. I wipe this and dust this grate from time to time, but I only take it off about twice a year. Are you looking under there? Yeah. Dust and cat hair, and it's so bad under there. So I'm just gonna vacuum that out. If you've never done this and you have one of these grates at the front, you're gonna be so surprised at how much stuff is under there. It's just absolutely gross. I'm always shocked when I pull out the fridge and vacuum the back and go underneath, but this grate was pretty gross. So then I'm just rinsing it off in the sink. Next, we're going to move to my dishwasher. All of my appliances are over 15 years old, so they do require some maintenance from time to time. Even if you have brand new appliances, they do require some maintenance. And in the dishwasher, you can just easily take that spinner thing off the bottom. And what you're left with is, usually in most models, is the net that catches all the gross food. Now, I have taken this apart and cleaned it lots of times, but a really quick, easy way to just do a quick clean is to pour baking soda all over the bottom and then dump vinegar all over top. That bubbling is really going to work to loosen the food, and it's also going to, help clean out the pipes and everything and the food chopper and all that stuff that's under there that you can't see. Then you just go ahead and you put that back on. You don't do anything else except close it up and start the dishwasher. You want to run your dishwasher with nothing in it but the vinegar and the baking soda, and you want to run it on its highest heat and just, that's it, run a really hot setting to clean it out. It works great. You'll find your dishes are cleaner and it's more efficient. And don't forget, now is the time of year to change your furnace filter. Look at how gross mine was. Yeah, every 6 months we change it, but it's still super disgusting. So next we're going to do some spring maintenance on the appliances, and we'll start with the dryer because there's already a load in the washing machine. And your dryer, once a year you should probably take really extra care to the lint trap. Obviously you want to empty the lint trap every time you do a load, but deep down in there, if you reach your hand, you'll probably find that some stuff has fallen down inside of there. And once a year also is this time of year is when my husband helps me pull out the dryer and we check the hose, we check the venting hose, because you'd be surprised, there's usually quite a bit of lint inside, and that is one of the number one leading causes of house fires is your lint hose or your dryer vent being trapped with lint and causing a fire. So I gave this a good wash. I actually washed it in the sink and a scrub brush and scrubbed my lint trap really sparkling clean, and just all inside of the dryer I gave a good clean. Next, we're going to move on to the washer. If you have a high efficiency washer, you know that they can be super gross and smelly, and you have to leave it open all the time so it gets moldy. And if you pull back the rubber flap in some dryer models, and some washer models, mine included, you can find stuff that gets stuck in there. This is some mushy wet paper, and it can get really gross. So to do some maintenance on this, just make sure we have it in good working order. I give it a really good clean with a rag inside and remove any debris. And I also pull back the other flap that's closest to the drum, and I'll pull out anything that's in there. Next, I just fill the crack with baking soda. And then of course pour like a ton of vinegar on top. You'll see it's bubbling, it's gonna loosen any debris, it's really gonna help, just unclog anything that's in there and clean it out. And now I'm just gonna run the washing machine with all this vinegar and baking soda inside and nothing else on a really high heat load and a heavy duty load, just to give it a really good clean out inside my washer drum there. And now we're going to move on to something really important, and that is your coin catcher and your pump. So you have a black hose in here and that connects to your pump. I'm just going to drain what's in there right now out, and there's black drippy goo coming out. And next I'm going to turn this, make sure your washer is not running at the time, but there's still going to be water that comes out. This is your coin catcher. It obviously, you can see it's caught a lot more on mine. I don't know if you guys ever did this. I bought a used washer and dryer. I didn't even know about this. It's at the front of your washing machine. And I just discovered it. It's crazy pants. And so I've been cleaning it out. But the first time it was full of mold and just about everything else. But there's hair elastics and paper and money and buttons. And it's horrid. So I'm going to obviously empty all that out, and then wipe inside where it goes, and then put that back in. Now I'm going to show you what to do with your pump. This black hose sticking out here is actually your pump, and it's got a little twist-on plug that you put in there. So you want to obviously remove the plug, and then the best way to do this, I've found anyways, is to put your washing machine on a rinse cycle. So it rinses and then it spins it out, it's sucking it out. And while that's doing it, it's going to fill these buckets. I needed 2 pails. The first pail right here, this came out of my pump, black, full of dirt, chunks of who knows what. Then I stopped the washing machine. I just hit the pause button when it was starting to run clear, and I put the cap back on really tight. Make sure it's on tight on your hose there, and slid everything back into place. And put the door back on. So if you're not doing this, you have to do this. It's just general maintenance. It's going to make your pump on your washing machine last longer, and it's going to make sure that your clothes are smelling fresher and getting cleaner.
So thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and like this video for lots more spring cleaning videos coming up and other exciting stuff in the horizon. Anyways, we'll see you next time. This is the reality of what it's like during vlogging time. I'm trying to make dinner and everything's still a disaster from the vlog today. Yeah, it's reality right there. And this in the background.